Hey Dad, I'm all packed. What's the matter? Is it that I'm going away? I'm leaving for Taiwan to connect with you. Life here feels lower stress. Each time I travel, I'm wondering how you're doing. And this is where your story began. And mine does too. I think it's day 18 of documentary filming, and I'm going to do something risky today. I'm actually only going to bring this 90mm macro lens with me to the venue. I'm working on this documentary with Talent Esports. I've been doing most of this doc filming with this Tokina 28-70 zoom. I've actually been enjoying shooting wider lately. I kind of want to force myself to shoot with a prime today. Putting this glimmer glass #1 filter onto this Tokina macro lens. I always like 85mm, but the problem with 85mm is you have to be pretty far from your subject. The 85mm lens that I had, you had to be roughly 3 meters away. Now with this macro lens, I'm able to get a similar look, a little bit more extreme because it's 90mm versus 85mm, closer than I would probably ever really want to get. And then I'm going to put my matte box. And yesterday I actually mounted my shotgun on the matte box, which gives it about 6 to 7 inches closer to the subject. So I get a little bit better audio signal. So I wanted to share this piece. I made it in collaboration with Lululemon. They basically gave me 5 pieces of clothing, and I'm actually wearing their shorts right now. They gave me another pair of work shorts that's in my check-in luggage, and they gave me a tank top, a really nice t-shirt with silver in it, which makes it odor resistant. So I wore it for several days in a row when I was in Thailand. I also heard that bamboo does something kind of similar where it's naturally antibacterial. I've actually only bought one Lululemon piece of clothing in the past, and they were probably the most expensive pants I ever bought when I was making more money. They were like $200 and I actually wasn't that satisfied with them because the logo and the color kind of faded within a year or two. My mindset was, if these pants last 3 years, then I think it's a worthwhile investment. The clothes that they gave me this time, I've only had them for about a month or two. They just wanted me to make a piece of content with the clothes, and they gave me complete creative control. So the first thing in my mind was, well, I'm going to use the BMPCC OG, the camera I'm filming on right now, because it's kind of rare that I can able to use this in a professional setting, and I wouldn't really want to because I think it's a little bit risky given the battery life, the poor monitor. You're not really sure exactly what the image you're getting because it's not too bright. There are ways around it. I've mounted external monitor on the BMPCC OG before. There are battery solutions, obviously audio solutions. Honestly, my favorite way to use the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera Original these days is just completely bare bones, as naked as possible. So I use a tiny pancake zoom lens. I use one battery. I don't even use the cage anymore. And that's just how I feel the most free to go around and shoot whatever I want. So that's what I decided to use for this piece. And in terms of the story, one of my favorite feature films, top 10 favorite, because there are so many good movies out there, The Revenant. A big part of it is because it's relatable. Every human being has a parent, so they know what it's like to have human connection with whether it's their father or their mother. In The Revenant, of course, it's more about the fatherly connection. I also saw this commercial with Roger Federer. It was a commercial for a luggage company called Rimowa. The way that I see it is it's a similar theme as The Revenant, where it's trying to touch people's feelings and their emotions in regards to their relationship with their father. That's what I wanted to do with this Lululemon piece, and I separated it into 3 different shooting segments. The first segment, I took the train to Geelong, which is only about 15 to 20 minutes away from where I live in Taiwan. The train station to me actually evokes a lot of inspiration. It's quite a different scenery from where I grew up in Ohio, where Amish buggies and carts are being lugged around by horses. The last thing you would see there, you wouldn't see any type of, there are trains, but it's more for like transporting natural resources. So it's a very different perspective of trains. So to me, when I see trains in Asia, it's still kind of, even though I've been living here for a long time, it's still kind of a new and special thing to me. Just taking the train to Geelong in itself was inspirational. And then I basically ran around and I went to this location where they filmed a famous movie in Taiwan. It's a bridge, and they filmed there at nighttime, but since I went there early morning, it was a completely different look, and I actually don't mind the hard light coming in through on the bridge. Second shooting segment, I went with my girlfriend Vivian. We went to the roof of Costco, and I wanted to get some cool cloud shots, but unfortunately the weather was quite overcast that day. Because it was raining earlier, there was actually a rainbow. So there's a quick shot in this short piece with a rainbow in it. And then the third day, I woke up before sunrise and I went to this more commercial location that my good friend Kaylee recommended me near Nangang. And I went there with the BMPCC OG. For some reason that day, I don't know, I didn't really feel like filming myself. And I know the whole point of this collaboration with Lululemon was to show myself wearing the clothes, showcasing the lifestyle aspect of that. Because I didn't film myself, I ended up using only one quick shot of the sunrise. It's like a zoom out shot. Because this crappy zoom lens is not fixed aperture, the exposure is changing. I don't know, something about the BMPCC OG, if you're watching this video, you know what's so special about the OG. Part of the crappiness of the battery life, the screen, the monitor in the back, the crappiness of the user interface, it just makes me love it more. I still included that shot anyways. I have been shooting, even though I haven't been uploading. We want to create stuff, but then we don't always want to show it. Maybe we're embarrassed or we think it's not good enough. That's the case a lot of the times. I'm more talking to myself, and maybe you can relate to. I need to push myself to actually publish the stuff that I shoot. And I have so much footage on hard drives, been shooting a lot with the Insta360 X4. Man, it's a struggle to edit that 360 footage. Forcing myself to get better at it. And yeah, so I'll upload this video. I hope I can shoot more BMPCC OG content and publish it. If you like black magic like me, if you're a camera nerd, if you are interested in Taiwan filmmaking, yeah, be sure to leave a comment below. Let me know what's up. And yeah, I'm gonna go shoot this, and tomorrow I fly back to Taiwan. So I'll see you guys back in Taiwan.